Good morning on this Thursday of Holy Week. In Matthew chapter 27, Jesus has been awake for 24 hours, during which time he has crossed the Kidron Valley 5 times, endured abuse and abandonment, and today the cross. I'll explain later my thoughts on Good Friday. As I follow Jesus on Thursday, I see and hear what he did, what he said, and what he thought. You see, in chapter 27 of Matthew, there are only 6 words recorded that Jesus said from the cross. In verse 11, he said the words, "You say." Well, that's Greek words. There's only 2 words, "you say." It's translated, "Yes, it is as you say." And then in verse 46, "Eli, Eli, lama sabachthani." So only 6 words recorded by Matthew in chapter 27. Now I want to not just think about what Jesus did and said, but as we gaze upon the cross, what was going on in his mind that was not spoken? Like a good rabbi, Jesus quotes just enough scripture for his hearers to recognize the passage, and then it's up to them to contemplate it or to ignore it. Teachers know that they're wasting words if students don't self-engage. There has to be at least some curiosity. Rabbi Jesus often said, "He who has ears to hear, let him hear." He spoke in parables so that the most simple could understand, and those who wanted to dig deeper, the truth was there. Rabbis could communicate with their disciples with very few words if their disciples knew the scripture. From the cross, Jesus communicates with the Father a plethora of thoughts, pain, emotions, trust, and confidence, all by using just 4 words that we have translated for us into English. My God, why have you forsaken me?" That's the first line from Psalm 22. Let me read to you. My God, why have you forsaken me? Why are you so far from saving me, so far from the words of my groaning? I want to be a good art guide. I want to allow you to contemplate the cross with Jesus. It is so tempting just to read to you Psalm 22, from which Jesus quoted on the cross. In those few words, just quoting the beginning of it, and it may have been because literally he was so weak that was all he could get out. But he was communicating with the Father. It's so tempting to just read the whole thing to you, but I have to just listen to this. All who see me mock me. They hurl insults, shaking their heads. Read what the people did while Jesus was on the cross. Matthew chapter 27. He says, he thinks, in Psalm 22, "My strength is dried up like a potsherd, and my tongue sticks to the roof of my mouth." They have pierced my hands and my feet. They gloat over me. I will declare your name. You have not despised or disdained the suffering. I will fulfill my vows. Psalm 22 begins with the question, why are you so far from saving me? Later, toward the end, it says, the rich of the earth will feast and worship. All who go down to the dust will kneel before him, those who cannot keep themselves alive. Jesus is thinking, Father, why are you so far from saving me? Because we are saving those who cannot keep themselves alive. And Psalm 22 ends with, they will proclaim his righteousness to a people yet unborn, for he has done it. For a people yet unborn. You and I were not yet born. The old song, while he was on the cross, you were on his mind, is so true. And now we know from the other gospel accounts that Jesus spoke more than 6 words from the cross. Psalm 22 ends with, for he has done it. I wonder if that's what Jesus was thinking when he said, it is finished. Follow Jesus to the cross today. Open Psalm 22 and contemplate his thoughts. They're thoughts of victory.